Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I have another VGC 14 battle for you all since you guys hit 500 likes in less than a day, so let's aim for another 500 on this one to support daily uploads. Anyway, today's battle is one that I had that was part of the Nugget Bridge Dodrio Cup, which is a really fun and cool online tournament. The way the tournament works is you basically pair up with two other people. I paired up with Ray Rizzo and Matt Coyle, and basically, you fight other teams in each round. It's a best of one single elimination tournament, so the team wins 2 games first advances. The team that loses obviously is eliminated. Now, the cool thing about this tournament is within the 3 players, none of you can use the same Pokemon. So if I use Lucario, my teammates can't use Lucario. If someone uses Mega Kangaskhan, my other opponent's teammates can't use Mega Kangaskhan. So it's unique in that you're kind of forced to use some interesting Pokemon. You can't use the same Pokemon that dominate VGC 2014 all the time. So it's really fun. We're basically in the top 4 right now. We've won our first 5 rounds, and if we win our next round, then we'll advance to a Nugget Bridge Invitational, an invite-only tournament that offers over $1,000 in prizes. That tournament will be streamed. It's going on, I believe, in later July, so you can definitely catch that on Nugget Bridge's stream. If you don't follow me on Twitch already, definitely follow me there as well. It's in the description below because I'll probably stream my top 4 match for the Dodrio Cup. But yeah, let's get into this match. This was round 3, I believe. So earlier on in the tournament, we're currently in round 5 or 6 already. And my team is Gengar, Azumarill, Mega Lucario, Salamence. My opponent's team is Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Hydreigon, and Mienshao. So without further ado, let's get into it. So going into the match, I knew Mega Tyranitar would be probably the biggest threat, but I'm not too worried about that because I do have Mega Lucario, which is really one of the best counters to Mega Tyranitar. He's going to lead with Mienshao and Hydreigon as I go with Azumarill and Gengar. This is a really good lead matchup for me because Azumarill really threatens the Hydreigon right away, but I do anticipate the Fake Out coming out here. So I'm actually going to switch out into Salamence to intimidate the Mienshao mainly, and because now I am Choice Scarf, so I'll be able to outspeed the Hydreigon the following turn. Azumarill is a Pokemon I do want to conserve for the rest of the game. I do predict this correctly as he goes for the Fake Out onto Salamence. I do get a Will-O-Wisp off onto the Mienshao as well, which is always good, negating the attack. Probably could have went just for a Shadow Ball there, but I'm always a bit Will-O-Wisp happy. He does go for a Dark Pulse off onto Gengar, bringing me down to my Focus Sash. I am totally okay with that because I know I can outspeed the Hydreigon the following turn and KO it, and now Mienshao is burned and at -1. He's actually going to switch out the Hydreigon, which I actually do anticipate. Since I did see that he had Gardevoir in Team Preview, I am expecting Gardevoir to come out here. He does trace the Levitate, which isn't really going to matter there with Gardevoir, so as I said, Salamence does go for the Draco Meteor, but instead of targeting the Hydreigon, which, you'd probably expect me to, I did target the Mienshao instead, and that's going to knock it out, actually. So, huge knockout there onto Mienshao, and this turn was a really important one, actually, right from the start, because I did predict the Gardevoir to come in, so I Shadow Balled that slot instead of going for the Draco Meteor. Now, I don't KO it, but I bring it down to very little HP, enough that his Tyranitar Sandstream actually knocks me out. So, I'm really happy with how I predicted that turn. If it went the other way around, I probably actually would have been down a significant amount, just because Gardevoir is always a pretty big threat, especially as you see there, my Shadow Ball was not able to take it out. Here, I switch into Azumarill because I know he's got the Hydreigon in the back, so I know I can outspeed it and just KO with Draco Meteor at the end of the game. He does Mega Evolve into Tyranitar, and I'm not too worried about this because Azumarill does have the super effective hits onto it, and I can always Will-O-Wisp it as well. And here he does target the Azumarill instead of the Gengar. Moonblast actually does a huge amount, but I am perfectly okay with that because he did not protect with Tyranitar. It means I'll be able to burn it, and that's huge. If you ever burn a Mega Tyranitar, it really just becomes a lot less of a threat, especially as it goes for the Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance Mega Tyranitar, the most common Mega Tyranitar set, but if you burn it, like I said, its attack is instantly negated, which is really good for me. His Gardevoir actually feints from the Sandstorm, as I said earlier, and that's going to be really big for me, as now I've got an Azumarill against a Mega Tyranitar Let's Burn, and a Hydreigon, which Azumarill can really win itself in that matchup, but I still have got my Mega Lucario and my Salamence in the back, so I am not worried at all at this point. Really, the prediction in the second turn was what I really needed to nail, and it played out perfectly for me. So I'm going to switch out Salamence back here once again because I know it's the fastest Pokemon on the field. So even if he protects with the Hydreigon, which I don't expect it to have, then the Tyranitar won't even be able to KO my Salamence. I do go for the Aqua Jet here just to get as much damage off as possible. At this point, it really doesn't matter. I do go for the Draco off onto the Hydreigon. I didn't want him to say go for a Rock Slide and crit or flinch my Azumarill, which is why I went just for the additional damage, because I know Aqua Jet, along with the burn damage, is a KO. He doesn't protect Hydreigon, as I said. Hydreigon is often Choice Specs or Choice Scarf these days. Choice Specs really the most common set, though. I do get a lucky double avoid here with Rock Slide, but at this point, it doesn't really matter since Mega Lucario is my last Pokemon. And yeah, it was just I'd say the second turn really determined the course of this match. Had I Draco'd the Hydreigon slot instead, I think it would have been off a lot worse, but instead I ended up predicting it pretty correctly and got a huge lead out of it. So I double targeted the Mega Tyranitar this turn to pick up the KO, and yeah, that's about the game. So a 3-0 win for me there, as Salamon's really doing work there, knocking out the Mienshao, knocking out the Hydreigon, and knocking out the Mega Tyranitar actually. So really, once again, I was able to come out victorious on this because of a smart predict on my side. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that match. Like I said, my team is currently 5-0 in the Nugget Bridge Dodrio Cup. We are fighting for invites for the Nugget Bridge Invitational in the next round. I will probably be streaming my top 4 match, so follow me on Twitch, and I'll let you know when I stream that match. It'll be sometime in the next week. But yeah, it's been a really fun tournament. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check out Nugget Bridge in general. Just really the best VGC website out there right now. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, peace.